Have you ever felt stuck? Like you have these huge, amazing dreams, but they feel so far away, almost impossible to reach. You see successful people and think, how did they do it? They must have some secret, some special talent I just don't have. Well, today I want to share a story with you that might just change the way you see success, discipline, and your own potential. It's not about grand gestures or overnight transformations. It's about something much smaller, much simpler, but infinitely more powerful. It's about a single seed. Imagine a young farmer named Ilara. She didn't inherit vast, fertile lands or have a magical touch with plants. All she had was a small, rocky patch of land that everyone else had given up on, and a single, ordinary-looking seed given to her by her grandmother. Her grandmother told her, "This seed holds the potential for a great harvest, but only if you tend to it with discipline, every single day." Ilara looked at the tiny seed and then at the daunting, weed-choked field. The task felt overwhelming. Where would she even begin? Her neighbors laughed. "You'll never grow anything there," they'd say. "Just give up." Doubt began to creep in. Maybe they were right. Maybe this was a fool's errand. But then she remembered her grandmother's words, every single day. So she decided to make a small promise to herself. She wouldn't try to clear the whole field at once. She would just focus on one tiny patch, just big enough for the seed. Her first act of discipline wasn't monumental. It was simple. She would remove just one rock and pull one weed each morning. Just one. It was so small, it almost felt silly. But she did it. The first day she removed a sharp gray stone and pulled a stubborn thistle. It took less than a minute. The next day she did it again. And again the next. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, a small circle of clear earth began to appear. While her neighbors were still talking about their grand plans for the season, Ilara was quietly, consistently working. Each morning, that one rock and one weed became a ritual. It wasn't about motivation. Some days she didn't feel like it. Some days it was cold or she was tired. But she had made a promise. That tiny habit was the anchor for her day. After a few weeks, the small circle was ready. She planted the seed. Now, her discipline had to evolve. Her new daily habit was to give the seed just 1 cup of water. Not a flood, not a torrent, just one carefully measured cup. Again, it seemed so small. Could 1 cup of water really make a difference? But she did it, day in and day out. She protected the tiny sprout from pests. She shielded it from the harsh sun. Her focus wasn't on the harvest. It was on the daily, deliberate act of nurturing. This is where most of us get tripped up, isn't it? We plant the seed of a new goal. Maybe it's learning an instrument, starting a business, or getting fit. We're excited for a week, but then we don't see immediate results. The plant isn't a tree overnight, so we get discouraged. We stop watering it. We think, what's the point? We forget that growth is a process, not an event. Ilara understood this. She found joy not in the imagined future harvest, but in the simple satisfaction of keeping her daily promise. As the seasons changed, something amazing happened. The tiny sprout grew into a strong, healthy plant. But that wasn't all. The daily habit of clearing that small patch had a ripple effect. Once the first patch was clear, she started on the next, using the same method. 1 rock, 1 weed a day. What was once a field of weeds and stones was slowly, patch by patch, becoming a cultivated garden. Her neighbors, who had once laughed, now watched in quiet astonishment. They had talked about tilling their entire fields, but their big plans had overwhelmed them into inaction. Ilara's small, consistent actions had completely transformed her reality. Her daily cup of water for the first plant became 2 cups as she planted another seed, and then another. Her discipline wasn't a burden, it was a system. It was the engine of her progress. Each small habit built upon the last, creating a powerful momentum. Think about it in your own life. What is your 1 rock, 1 weed? Maybe it's reading one page of a book, meditating for 1 minute, doing one push-up, writing one sentence. It sounds insignificant, right? But that's the beauty of it. It's too small to fail. It's too easy to say no to. This is the secret that successful people understand. They don't rely on bursts of superhuman motivation. They build systems of discipline. They are masters of the mundane. They show up when they don't feel like it. They do the small, boring things day after day because they know those small things are the seeds of big success. James Clear calls this atomic habits, the idea that tiny changes, when compounded over time, lead to remarkable results. By the end of the year, Ilara's field was unrecognizable. It was filled with thriving plants, heavy with fruit. It was the most productive plot of land in the entire village. It wasn't magic. It was the compounded effect of hundreds of small, disciplined actions. It all started with that one single seed and the simple daily promise to care for it. So, what is the seed you're holding right now? What's the big dream you have for your life? Don't be overwhelmed by the size of the field you need to clear. Don't worry about the harvest just yet. Just focus on today. What is the one small, simple, almost laughably easy action you can take? What is your one rock to move, your one weed to pull? Commit to that. Make that your non-negotiable daily ritual. That is the seed of discipline. Water it every day with consistency. Protect it from the pests of doubt and distraction. And trust in the process. Because that tiny habit, that small act of showing up for yourself, will grow. It will create a ripple effect that will transform your entire life, one small patch at a time. You don't need a magical seed or a perfect field. You have everything you need right now. The power to create extraordinary success lies in the small, disciplined choices you make today. So go on, plant your seed, and start with just one drop of water. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this story resonated with you. If it did, let me know in the comments what your one rock, one weed habit is going to be. I'd love to hear about it. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more stories to help you build a more disciplined and fulfilling life. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.